Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Berean TV. My pastor never taught me that. I often get people making statements saying, Berean, some of the stuff that you're talking about, I never heard my pastor speak on those subjects. And I want to explain some things. I think a lot of people that do make those statements, they don't really understand the purpose of a pastor when you go to church and what the pastor's job is. And what we have doctrinally speaking when we start talking about biblical doctrines. We're going to get more into it on Sunday Seminary, which, by the way, starts back in about 3 weeks. Y'all can get me at BereanTeach.com. Just send your email, and we're going to explain everything to you. But we have the cameras, the PowerPoint. We have everything set up, and we're going to be ready. But when you start dealing with a pastor, if you go to church and you're learning from your pastor as a believer, it's your job to study the Word. The pastor leads you in worship and he'll start teaching you certain things. But in church, we have what's known as primary and secondary doctrines. I deal primarily with secondary doctrines. They don't have anything to do with salvation per se. The person and the work of Jesus Christ. That's a primary doctrine. If you say Jesus was just a man, that's your pastor's job to refute that. That's primary doctrine. If somebody's in Sunday seminary and they have a different position on the rapture or the tribulation and the New World Order and the origin of demons and the Illuminati, that has nothing to do with nothing. Come on to Sunday seminary. But that's because I deal primarily with secondary doctrine. But a primary doctrine, if you're attempting to come to Sunday seminary or you're in church talking about Jesus was just an angel, Jesus was an ordinary man, Jesus was just a high-ranking Freemason, he was really enlightened Buddhist, or he came to himself and he realized that his God, man, and all this other foolishness, those are primary doctrines. And you need what we would call theology proper. And that's what pastors are involved in, teaching primary doctrines for the most part. So you won't hear pastors speaking too much out of the book of Revelation and trying to apply the New World Order to the 13th chapter and certain other things. So when people come to me and say, well, but Berean, you talk about stuff that my pastor don't talk about because this is secondary doctrine. So people that come to seminary, they already have a very good understanding of primary doctrine, who Jesus is inside of their life, what his position is, original sin, redemption. They understand those things, and they're coming for a deeper understanding. We're going on the next level with secondary doctrine. But secondary doctrine has nothing to do with your salvation. It has to do with theological thought and apologetics also, because we're living in a time of the internet, and like I say, I often deal with conscious people, Hebrews and Moors and Freemasons. We discuss various things. They can't change my position whatsoever, but I'm going to give them the historical church position, and I'm going to explain it to other Christians, other believers, so they can understand when they start hearing certain things like man is God or the woman's God. That's the new thing we're hearing on Sinetta TV and Polite and other people setting forth that woman God doctrine. The man God doctrine is the black man God. I'm going to deal with that in some videos and what came from Clarence 13X and the nations of gods and earth. But that has nothing to do with primary doctrine in the church. This is just for believers that want to equip themselves and understand the foundation of various beliefs that's crept up, that we've seen coming around Christ consciousness. Madness we're seeing coming into church. We're going to do another video, and y'all just get ready for that Sunday seminary. If you like what you heard, subscribe, but y'all have to get with me. Drop me something in the email, BereanTeach@gmail.com. Sunday seminary in about 3 weeks. We're going to deal with the conscious community. We're going to deal with theology proper, apologetics in the black church. We're gonna speak about a lot of that stuff, and we're working on the syllabus right now. But y'all get ready. It's gonna be hot. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.